All right, settle in, because what I'm about to share with you today is not just information. It's a fundamental truth about life, about success, and about finding your place in this often chaotic world. We're going to talk about a concept that, once truly understood and embraced, can utterly transform your existence. It's a powerful idea, sometimes a little uncomfortable to hear, but absolutely essential for anyone who genuinely wants to achieve something significant. We're discussing the simple, unvarnished truth that nobody truly cares about your struggles in the way you might expect. They don't care about your excuses. They don't care about your potential. They care about your results. And once you absorb this, once you stop looking around for validation or sympathy, you unlock an incredible reservoir of personal power. This isn't about being harsh or uncaring yourself. It's about being profoundly realistic and strategically focused on what truly moves you forward. This perspective isn't meant to diminish the genuine connections you have, but rather to sharpen your understanding of where your primary energy and focus must lie. The world is a busy place, filled with its own challenges and aspirations, and each person is deeply engrossed in their own journey. To expect constant attention or unwavering emotional support for every single hurdle you encounter is, frankly, an unrealistic expectation. It's not a criticism of others, it's an observation of how life fundamentally operates. People are, by their very nature, self-interested, not in a malicious way, but in a survival-oriented, progress-seeking way. They are navigating their own paths, solving their own problems, and chasing their own dreams. When you truly grasp this, you stop wasting precious energy trying to explain your current circumstances or seeking pity for your current predicaments. Instead, you redirect all that effort inwards, focusing on what you can control, what you can build, and what you can transform. The external world, with all its opinions and distractions, slowly fades into the background, and your internal drive, your personal mission, takes center stage. This shift in perspective is monumental, moving you from a position of passive waiting to one of active creation. It's about understanding that your destiny is not held in the hands of others, but firmly within your own grip. The sooner you truly understand that nobody owes you anything, the faster you can get to work building everything for yourself. This isn't a harsh judgment, it's a profound liberation. When you internalize this, you shed the burden of external expectations and the constant need for approval. You free yourself from the subtle yet powerful chains of seeking validation. Think about it. How much time and mental energy do people spend waiting for someone to give them a chance, to notice their talent, to offer a helping hand? A considerable amount, wouldn't you agree? But the truth is, most people are too busy looking for their own chances, too preoccupied with their own aspirations. They're not sitting around waiting to uplift you, and that's perfectly natural. It's the way the world works. The sooner you come to terms with this, the sooner you stop feeling entitled to something you haven't earned, and the sooner you start creating the opportunities you desire. This acceptance is not a surrender. It is a strategic repositioning. It's recognizing that the primary responsibility for your life, for your success, for your happiness, rests squarely on your shoulders. It's a powerful realization, one that can initially feel heavy, but ultimately proves incredibly empowering. Because once you stop waiting for external forces to align, once you stop expecting others to clear your path, you begin to take decisive, self-directed action. You start digging your own wells instead of waiting for rain. You start building your own bridges instead of waiting for someone to construct them for you. This fundamental understanding cultivates a profound sense of self-reliance, a cornerstone of any lasting achievement. It allows you to move beyond the limiting belief that someone else is responsible for your journey or your destination. Instead, you become the architect of your own future, the captain of your own ship, steering it with purpose and conviction, regardless of the winds or the currents. This deeply ingrained sense of personal accountability is what separates those who dream from those who achieve. It is the fuel that propels you forward when no one else is watching. when no one else is cheering, and when the path ahead seems obscured. It's the quiet, persistent voice within that reminds you that your effort is its own reward, and your progress is its own validation. This perspective allows you to truly own your life, to embrace its challenges, and to celebrate its victories, all on your own terms. It allows you to build a foundation of strength and resilience that will serve you well no matter what storms you encounter. Now, think about the immense energy expended in seeking approval from others. This is a subtle yet pervasive trap that can derail even the most promising endeavors. We crave validation, a pat on the back, a nod of recognition. It's a natural human inclination to want to be seen, to be acknowledged. However, when this desire for approval becomes the primary driver of your actions, you surrender a significant portion of your personal power. You start tailoring your choices, your goals, and even your dreams to fit the expectations or opinions of those around you. It's a dangerous path. It means you're living a life designed by committee, rather than a life that is authentically yours. The moment you start making decisions based on what others might think or how they might react, you begin to deviate from your true path. You dilute your vision. You compromise your integrity. The truth is, most people's opinions are fleeting, easily swayed, and often based on their own limited perspectives or even their own insecurities. To anchor your aspirations to such unstable ground is to build your house on sand. Instead, cultivate an inner compass, a strong sense of conviction about your own values, your own goals, and your own path. When you are truly aligned with your purpose, when your actions stem from a deep internal knowing, the need for external approval diminishes significantly. You still appreciate encouragement, of course, but it no longer dictates your direction. This shift is liberating. It allows you to pursue bold ideas, to take calculated risks, and to forge a path that is uniquely yours, unburdened by the weight of external judgment. When you stop seeking approval, you gain the freedom to fully express who you are and what you truly want to accomplish. This freedom empowers you to make choices that genuinely serve your highest good, rather than merely appeasing others. It allows you to move with a profound sense of authenticity, which in itself is a powerful magnet for genuine success and fulfillment. This freedom cultivates a deep sense of inner peace, as you no longer feel compelled to perform for an audience, or to constantly adjust your course to satisfy external expectations. Instead, you operate from a place of genuine self-direction, allowing your true potential to unfold without artificial constraints. The world rewards effort, not sympathy. This is a hard truth, but an absolutely crucial one to internalize. Many people spend a great deal of time and energy trying to garner sympathy for their challenges, their setbacks, their difficulties. They recount their struggles in detail, hoping for understanding, for empathy, for a kind word. And while a degree of human connection and compassion is certainly valuable, it rarely translates into tangible progress or results in your own life. Sympathy, while comforting in the moment, is a passive emotion. It doesn't build businesses. It doesn't develop skills. It doesn't solve problems. What truly moves the needle, what truly creates advancement, is consistent, diligent effort. When you pour your energy into the work itself, into learning, into creating, into persisting, you are actively shaping your future. The world responds to action. It responds to visible output. It responds to the tangible results of your labor. Consider a musician. They don't gain a following by describing how hard it is to write a song. They gain it by producing music. An athlete doesn't win a championship by explaining their rigorous training schedule. They win it by performing. The same principle applies to every area of life. Focus your efforts on the actual doing, on the consistent application of your skills and talents. Don't get caught in the trap of explaining away your lack of progress by detailing your difficulties. Instead, channel that energy into overcoming those difficulties, into finding solutions, into pushing through the resistance. Let your work speak for itself. Let your achievements be your loudest declaration. When you consistently deliver results, you earn respect, you earn opportunities, you earn your place in the world. This focus on effort as the primary driver of progress is a fundamental shift from a mindset of passive hope to one of active creation. It means moving beyond merely wishing for a better outcome and instead meticulously building that better outcome through sustained and intentional action. This proactive approach not only generates tangible results, but also fosters a deep sense of accomplishment and self-worth as you become the primary architect of your own achievements. Discipline, not fleeting emotions, is the bedrock upon which lasting success is built. Many people allow their feelings to dictate their actions, or, more often, their inaction. They wait to feel motivated before they start a project. They wait to feel inspired before they pursue a goal. But emotions are fickle. They ebb and flow like the tides. Motivation can be high one day and completely absent the next. Inspiration can strike and then vanish just as quickly. To rely solely on these fluctuating states is to set yourself up for inconsistency and, ultimately, for stagnation. True progress requires something more reliable, something more steadfast: discipline. Discipline is the ability to do what needs to be done, when it needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. It's the commitment to your long-term goals, even when the immediate gratification is absent. It's the consistent application of effort, regardless of your momentary emotional state. Building discipline is a conscious choice, a deliberate cultivation of habits that serve your higher purpose. It starts with small, consistent actions. It might be waking up at a specific time every day, even when your bed feels most inviting. It might be dedicating an hour to a challenging task, even when you're tempted by distractions. Each disciplined choice reinforces the habit, strengthening your resolve and building your capacity for greater achievements. Over time, these disciplined actions compound, creating momentum that propels you forward far beyond what any fleeting emotion could ever achieve. Discipline is the quiet, consistent force that transforms aspirations into reality. It is the bridge between your dreams and their manifestation. When you build discipline, you build an internal engine that runs on commitment, not just on momentary sparks of enthusiasm. This internal engine ensures creating a consistent rhythm of progress that is immune to the unpredictable nature of fleeting emotional states. It allows you to maintain focus and direction, even when the external environment becomes challenging or uninspiring. This cultivated self-mastery is a powerful asset, providing you with the resilience and persistence required to navigate the inevitable obstacles on your path to achieving significant and meaningful goals. Criticism, when viewed correctly, is not a weapon to wound you, but a chisel to refine you. Many shrink from criticism, seeing it as an attack, a personal affront. They become defensive, or worse, they internalize it as a confirmation of their inadequacies. This is a tragic waste of valuable feedback. For those who are committed to growth, criticism, even when delivered poorly or with ill intent, can be a powerful catalyst. It highlights blind spots you might not see yourself. It points to areas where you can improve, where you can sharpen your skills, where you can refine your approach. Now, the key is to detach your ego from the message. Listen with an open mind, not an open wound. Ask yourself, is there any truth in what is being said? Is there an opportunity here for me to learn something, to get better? Even if the criticism feels unfair or misguided, there's often a kernel of truth or a different perspective you can glean. Don't let the delivery obscure the potential lesson. Use it as fuel. Let it ignite a desire to prove the critics wrong, not with anger or defensiveness, but with demonstrable improvement. Let it motivate you to work harder, to dig deeper, to emerge stronger. The most successful individuals don't avoid criticism. They actively seek it out, knowing that it's an invaluable tool for continuous self-improvement. They understand that criticism, especially from those who know what they're talking about, is a gift, a chance to see your work, your ideas, and yourself from a different angle, allowing you to polish the rough edges and elevate your performance. Embrace it, dissect it, and use it as a stepping stone to your next level of achievement. This approach transforms what many perceive as a negative experience into a powerful engine for personal and professional development. It cultivates a mindset of relentless improvement, where every piece of feedback, regardless of its initial sting, is viewed as an opportunity to sharpen your abilities and elevate your craft. This resilience in the face of judgment allows you to continually evolve, making you more adaptable and more capable of achieving increasingly ambitious goals. It's a powerful statement to not share every struggle, but instead to show results. The world, as we discussed, is not primarily interested in your process, your internal battles, or your detailed accounts of every single obstacle you've faced. While a trusted circle of mentors or friends might offer support, the broader world responds to what you produce, what you accomplish. There's a subtle but significant difference between seeking genuine advice or support, when needed, and constantly recounting your difficulties to anyone who will listen. The latter often becomes a form of emotional venting that, while providing momentary relief, doesn't actually propel you forward. It can also subtly diminish your perceived capability in the eyes of others. Instead, adopt a strategy of quiet effort. Work diligently behind the scenes. Face your challenges head-on, find solutions, and persist through the difficulties. And when you emerge, let your achievements be the testament to your journey. Let the finished product, the accomplished goal, the positive outcome be what you present to the world. This approach conveys strength, competence, and a profound sense of self-reliance. It demonstrates that you are a problem solver, a doer, someone who can navigate adversity and still deliver. When you consistently show results, you build a reputation for effectiveness. You inspire confidence. You attract opportunities. People are drawn to those who get things done, not those who merely talk about their struggles. So, channel your energy into overcoming challenges and producing tangible outcomes, rather than just describing the difficulties. Let your actions speak with a clear and compelling voice, showcasing your ability to transform effort into achievement. This strategy also protects your mental and emotional energy, preventing it from being drained by constant external validation seeking. Instead, you channel that energy into productive work, allowing your accomplishments to speak volumes about your dedication and capability. This creates a powerful cycle of achievement and recognition, where your tangible results naturally draw attention and open doors to new possibilities. Mastering the art of self-reliance is not about isolating yourself. It's about cultivating an unshakable inner strength that empowers you to navigate life's journey with confidence and resilience. It means understanding that while collaboration and community are invaluable, your fundamental capacity to stand on your own 2 feet, to solve your own problems, and to drive your own progress is paramount. This isn't about rejecting help or support when it's genuinely offered and needed. It's about not being dependent on it. It's about building a robust internal framework that allows you to be the primary architect of your own life. Self-reliance involves developing a wide range of skills: critical thinking to analyze situations, problem solving to overcome obstacles, emotional regulation to manage setbacks, and a deep well of self-motivation to keep pushing forward. It's about being resourceful, finding creative solutions with the tools you have available, rather than waiting for ideal conditions or external assistance. When you are truly self-reliant, you don't crumble in the face of adversity. You assess, adapt, and act. You understand that every challenge is an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to prove your own capabilities. This mastery liberates you from the anxiety of external dependency. You are no longer tossed about by the whims of others or the vagaries of circumstances. Instead, you become the steady force in your own life, steering your course with purpose and conviction. This profound sense of autonomy breeds confidence, not arrogance, but a quiet, assured belief in your own capacity to overcome and achieve. It's the foundational strength that allows you to contribute meaningfully to any team or community Precisely because you bring your own fully developed capabilities to the table, rather than relying on others to fill your gaps. This deeply ingrained self-sufficiency provides a powerful sense of security, knowing that you possess the inner resources to face whatever life throws your way. It frees you from the constant need for external validation, allowing your decisions and actions to be driven by your own internal compass. This cultivation of personal agency builds a robust foundation for all your endeavors, ensuring that your progress is sustained by your inherent strength and determination. There's a quiet power in letting hard work speak louder than any words you could utter. In a world saturated with talk, with promises, with aspirations, loudly declared, genuine effort often goes unheralded in its initial stages. Yet, it is this consistent, focused, and often unseen labor that ultimately produces the most profound and undeniable results. Many people are quick to articulate their dreams, their plans, their intentions. And while vision is important, it's merely the starting point. The real magic, the real transformation happens in the trenches, through the relentless grind, through the hours of dedication when no one is watching. When you commit to letting your hard work be your primary communicator, you build a reputation that precedes you. People observe your dedication, they see your tangible output, and they draw their own conclusions about your capability and commitment. There's no need for elaborate explanations or self-promotion. The evidence of your labor speaks for itself, far more eloquently and convincingly than any spoken words ever could. This approach not only builds external credibility, but also strengthens your internal resolve. Each act of diligent work reinforces your belief in your own ability to execute, to deliver, to achieve. It creates a virtuous cycle where effort leads to results, results build confidence, and confidence fuels further effort. So, focus on the doing. Pour your energy into the craft, into the task, into the project at hand. Let the quality of your work, the consistency of your effort, and the tangible outcomes you produce be the most compelling narrative of your journey. In the end, what truly resonates, what truly inspires, is not the grand pronouncements, but the quiet, persistent evidence of a life diligently and purposefully lived. This unwavering commitment to diligent effort cultivates a profound sense of integrity, where your actions consistently align with your stated intentions. It builds an authentic reputation based on tangible contributions, rather than mere declarations. This deep-seated work ethic becomes a powerful personal brand, silently communicating your reliability, your competence, and your unwavering dedication to achieving meaningful outcomes, allowing your accomplishments to resonate far more powerfully than any words you might choose to utter. Pain, in its rawest form, can be a destructive force, but for those with the wisdom to transform it, it becomes an incredible source of personal power. This isn't about glorifying. It's about recognizing that adversity, setbacks, and even profound loss carry within them potent lessons and opportunities for growth that easy times simply cannot provide. When you encounter pain, whether it's the sting of failure, the ache of disappointment, or the discomfort of pushing beyond your limits, you have a choice. You can succumb to it, allow it to define you, and let it lead you into despair. Or you can choose to extract its essence, to understand its message, and to channel its energy into something constructive. This transformation requires a conscious effort, a decision to not just endure, but to learn, to adapt, to build resilience. It means asking yourself, what can this experience teach me? How can this make me stronger, wiser, more determined? Each time you push through a painful experience, each time you refuse to be defeated by a setback, you forge a new layer of inner strength. You discover capabilities you didn't know you possessed. You develop a deeper understanding of yourself and the world around you. This cultivated resilience, born from navigating adversity, becomes an immense wellspring of personal power. It's the quiet knowing that you can face challenges and emerge on the other side. Not unscathed, perhaps, but fundamentally more capable. So when pain arrives, as it inevitably will, don't just react. Pause, reflect, and then intentionally transform it. Let it become the forge in which your strongest self is shaped, the catalyst for your most profound growth, and the unwavering source of your future triumphs. This alchemical process of converting suffering into strength empowers you with an unparalleled sense of inner fortitude, allowing you to face future challenges not with dread, but with a quiet confidence born from past victories over adversity. It cultivates a profound appreciation for your own resilience, making you an unyielding force, capable of navigating even the most turbulent waters with grace and determination. Comparing your journey to others is a thief of joy, a silent destroyer of self-worth, and a profound distraction from your own unique path. In today's interconnected world, it's incredibly easy to fall into this trap. We see carefully curated glimpses of other people's successes, their highlight reels, their seemingly effortless achievements, and we often find ourselves measuring our own lives against these polished presentations. This habit is fundamentally flawed for several reasons. First, you are comparing your entire, messy, complicated, and deeply personal journey with all its internal struggles, doubts, and unseen efforts against someone else's external facade, often stripped of its challenges and failures. It's an apples to oranges comparison that can only lead to feelings of inadequacy. Second, everyone's starting point is different. Everyone's resources, talents, circumstances, and timelines are unique. To expect your path to mirror another's is to deny the beautiful individuality of your own life. Your journey is precisely that, yours. It has its own rhythm, its own lessons, its own unique unfolding. When you focus on comparing, you divert precious energy that could be spent on building your own dreams, on cultivating your own strengths, on celebrating your own small victories. You lose sight of your own progress because you're constantly looking over your shoulder. Instead, cultivate an internal focus. Celebrate your own growth, however incremental. Measure your progress against your past self, not against someone else's present. Your only true competition is the person you were yesterday. When you liberate yourself from the comparison trap, you gain a profound sense of peace and a renewed clarity about your own aspirations. You realize that your unique path, with all its twists and turns, is precisely where you are meant to be, leading you to destinations that are perfectly suited for you. This shift allows you to truly appreciate the richness and individuality of your own life, recognizing that your journey is a masterpiece in the making, designed exclusively for your own growth and fulfillment, independent of any external benchmarks or comparisons. This profound self-acceptance liberates an immense amount of mental energy, allowing you to channel it into purposeful action, rather than dissipating it through the corrosive act of constantly measuring yourself against others. Value progress excuse? This is a simple yet profound distinction that separates those who achieve from those who perpetually lament their circumstances. An excuse, no matter how valid it might seem, is ultimately a justification for inaction or for a lack of results. It's a way of deflecting responsibility, of explaining away why something didn't happen or why a goal wasn't met. And while understanding challenges is important, dwelling on excuses keeps you stuck. Progress, on the other hand, is tangible movement forward. It's the small steps, the consistent efforts, the incremental improvements that, over time, compound into significant achievements. When you prioritize progress, you shift your mindset from identifying reasons why you can't to discovering how you can. You become solution-oriented rather than problem-focused. Every time you encounter an obstacle, instead of formulating an excuse for why it's insurmountable, you engage your mind in finding a way around it, through it, or over it. This commitment to progress fosters resilience. It builds a momentum that excuses simply cannot. Even tiny bits of progress, accumulated daily, led to remarkable transformations over weeks, months, and years. So when you wake up each morning, ask yourself, am I going to spend my energy today explaining why I can't, Or am I going to take one step, however small, towards what I want to achieve? Choose progress, choose action. Choose the path that moves you forward, because ultimately, your results will speak far louder than any excuse you could ever conjure. This unwavering dedication to forward momentum creates an unstoppable force, propelling you beyond the inertia of excuses and into the dynamic realm of sustained accomplishment. It fosters a proactive mindset where challenges are viewed as opportunities for innovation and growth rather than as insurmountable barriers. This consistent pursuit of progress cultivates a deep sense of empowerment as you become the undeniable architect of your own advancement, leaving no room for the self-limiting narratives that excuses often propagate. Protecting your time and priorities is not an act of selfishness. It is an essential act of self-stewardship that is fundamental to achieving anything of significance. Your time is your most finite and valuable resource. Once spent, it's gone forever. Yet, many people allow their time to be fragmented, hijacked, and consumed by the demands and desires of others, or by trivial distractions. They say yes to every request, attend every meeting, respond to every notification, without truly evaluating if these activities align with their deepest goals and values. This constant responsiveness to external forces creates a life lived in reaction rather than an intentional creation. To truly make progress on what matters to you, you must become a fierce guardian of your time. This means setting clear boundaries, learning to politely decline requests that don't serve your purpose, and deliberately scheduling focused blocks of time for your most important work. It means identifying your true priorities and then ruthlessly eliminating or minimizing anything that doesn't contribute to them. This might involve saying no to social engagements, stepping back from certain commitments, or even limiting your exposure to digital distractions. The initial discomfort of setting these boundaries is far outweighed by the profound sense of accomplishment and peace that comes from directing your life with intentionality. When you protect your time, you are investing in your future. You are creating the space necessary for deep work, for creative thought, for personal development, and for nurturing the relationships that truly matter. Or remember, if you don't prioritize your life, someone else will, and their priorities will rarely align with your own. So, take command of your schedule, define what truly matters, and guard those precious hours with unwavering resolve, knowing that every moment intentionally spent is a building block in the edifice of your desired future. This deliberate act of prioritizing creates a powerful internal compass, guiding your decisions and actions towards what truly matters. It fosters a deep sense of purpose and direction, allowing you to invest your finite energy and resources into endeavors that yield the most meaningful returns. This commitment to self-stewardship not only safeguards your time, but also cultivates a profound respect for your own potential, ensuring that your journey is characterized by intentional progress rather than reactive diffusion. Surrounding yourself with driven people is not merely a preference, it's a strategic imperative for personal growth and sustained motivation. We are, to a significant extent, products of our environment, and the people we spend the most time with profoundly influence our thinking, our habits, and our aspirations. If you spend your days among those who are complacent, who dwell on negativity, who make excuses, and who lack ambition, it becomes incredibly challenging to maintain your own drive and optimism. Their energy, their mindset can subtly, almost imperceptibly, pull you down to their level. Conversely, when you consciously choose to connect with individuals who are focused, ambitious, positive, and actively pursuing their own significant goals, a powerful synergy emerges. Their energy is contagious. Their successes inspire you. Their challenges and how they overcome them offer valuable lessons. They hold you to a higher standard, not through judgment, but through the sheer example of their own commitment. They encourage you to think bigger, to push harder, to overcome obstacles with greater resilience. These are the people who will challenge your limiting beliefs, celebrate your victories, and offer constructive insights when you stumble. They understand the dedication required for meaningful achievement because they are living it themselves. Seek out mentors, join communities, engage in conversations with individuals who are operating at a level you aspire to reach. The investment in these relationships will yield exponential returns, providing you with invaluable insights, unwavering support, and a constant reminder of what is truly possible when driven individuals commit to their vision. Your circle truly matters. Choose it wisely, for it will significantly shape the trajectory of your life's journey. This conscious cultivation of an empowering social circle acts as a continuous source of inspiration and accountability, propelling you forward even when your own motivation might waver. It creates a dynamic ecosystem of shared ambition and mutual support, ensuring that your personal growth is not only encouraged, but actively championed by those around you. This strategic approach to social engagement transforms your environment into a powerful catalyst for sustained achievement. Focusing on skills, not just dreams, is the critical bridge between aspiration and achievement. Dreams are beautiful, essential even, as they provide the vision and the direction. But a dream without the practical skills to execute it remains precisely that, a dream. Many people spend their lives dreaming, envisioning grand futures, but neglect the painstaking process of acquiring the capabilities necessary to turn those visions into reality. Success is not simply wished in, it is built brick by brick through the development and mastery of relevant skills. Think about any significant accomplishment. It wasn't the result of mere desire, but of applied knowledge, honed abilities, and diligent practice. A great chef doesn't just dream of delicious meals. They learn knife skills, understand flavors, master cooking techniques. A successful entrepreneur doesn't just dream of a thriving business. They develop sales skills, marketing acumen, financial literacy, and leadership abilities. This means taking an honest inventory of your dreams and then asking yourself, what specific skills do I need to acquire or improve to make this dream a reality? And then deliberately, consistently, and with great intention, embark on the journey of skill acquisition. This is where the real work happens. It involves dedicated study, relentless practice, seeking feedback, and constantly pushing yourself beyond your current capabilities. It means embracing the learning process, understanding that every new skill mastered brings you closer to your desired future. Don't just admire others' accomplishments, identify the skills that underpin their success and commit to developing them within yourself. This practical, results-oriented approach transforms vague aspirations into concrete action plans, empowering you to systematically build the foundation for your most ambitious dreams. This deliberate cultivation of practical competencies acts as a powerful accelerator for your journey, transforming abstract aspirations into tangible steps towards realization. It instills a deep sense of competence and confidence as you witness your own capabilities expanding with each new skill mastered. This strategic focus on skill development ensures that your efforts are always channeled towards purposeful growth, building a robust and adaptable foundation for achieving sustained and meaningful success in any endeavor you pursue. Building habits that create consistency is the secret sauce for long-term achievement. It's not about monumental, heroic efforts that are unsustainable. It's about the small, often unnoticed daily actions that, when repeated over time, compound into extraordinary results. Many people chase motivation, hoping for a sudden burst of energy to propel them forward. But motivation is fleeting. Habits, on the other hand, are deeply ingrained patterns of behavior that require minimal conscious effort once established. They become automatic, part of your daily rhythm. The key is to identify the core actions that, if done consistently, will move you closer to your goals. Then systematically build habits around those actions. This might involve dedicating a specific time each day to your most important task, creating a consistent morning routine that sets you up for success, or establishing a regular practice of learning and self-improvement. The power of habits lies in their cumulative effect. A small, positive action taken consistently every day, week after week, month after month, creates momentum that is incredibly difficult to stop. Conversely, inconsistent action, even if occasionally heroic, often leads to stagnation and frustration. Building habits requires discipline initially, but once they are formed, they become your most powerful allies, working for you almost effortlessly. They free up mental energy that would otherwise be spent deciding what to do, allowing you to focus on the quality and intensity of your work. So, don't underestimate the power of the small and consistent. Identify those keystone habits that will serve your vision, diligently cultivate them, and watch as they transform your aspirations into an undeniable reality, creating a steady and unstoppable march towards your desired future. This deliberate cultivation of positive habits acts as a powerful internal operating system, ensuring that your actions consistently align with your long-term goals, even when your conscious mind is preoccupied. It eliminates the need for constant willpower, freeing up valuable mental energy that can be directed towards more complex problem-solving and creative endeavors. This strategic approach to habit formation creates an unshakable foundation for sustained progress, making your journey towards success not just possible but inevitable through the sheer cumulative power of consistent, intentional effort. Patience is not a passive waiting. It is an active, persistent, and intelligent engagement with the passage of time, understanding that genuine results take time to cultivate. In a world that often celebrates instant gratification, the virtue of patience can feel counterintuitive, almost archaic. Yet every significant achievement, every profound transformation, whether in nature or in human endeavor, follows a natural rhythm of growth and maturation. You cannot plant a seed today and expect a full-grown tree tomorrow. You cannot begin a new skill today and expect mastery next week. There is a period of cultivation, of nurturing, of consistent effort that must unfold over time before the fruits of your labor become apparent. Many abandon their dreams not because they lack talent or effort, but because they lack the patience to see things through. They get discouraged by the apparent slowness of progress, by the absence of immediate recognition, and they prematurely conclude that their efforts are futile. But true progress often happens in subtle, incremental ways beneath the surface, building strength and substance before it becomes visibly manifest. Patience means understanding that there will be periods of intense effort with no immediate reward. It means staying committed through plateaus, through setbacks, and through moments of doubt. It means trusting the process, continuing to sow, to water, and to tend to your garden, even when the sprouts are barely visible. It's an act of faith in the compound effect of consistent action. While you are patient, you are not idle. You are diligently working, learning, adapting, and refining, all the while knowing that the accumulation of these efforts will, in due course, yield the desired harvest. Embrace the long game. Understand that the most valuable achievements are rarely instantaneous. Cultivate a patient spirit combined with an unwavering work ethic, and you will find that time becomes your ally, slowly but surely bringing your vision into full and magnificent realization. This profound appreciation for the natural rhythm of growth transforms the often frustrating waiting period into a productive phase of continuous cultivation and refinement. It instills a deep sense of trust in the cumulative power of consistent effort, allowing you to remain steadfast and purposeful, even when immediate results are not apparent. This cultivated patience becomes a powerful internal resource, empowering you to navigate the long arc of ambitious endeavors with unwavering resolve and a clear understanding that true mastery and significant achievement are always the fruits of sustained and dedicated investment over time. Stop explaining yourself to people who genuinely do not care. This is a profound liberation, a release from a subtle but pervasive drain on your energy and emotional reserves. There are individuals in the world who, for various reasons, are either genuinely uninterested in your growth, your struggles, or your aspirations, or they are actively invested in maintaining a particular perception of you that serves their own narrative. To these individuals, your explanations, your justifications, your detailed accounts of your journey fall on deaf ears or are even twisted to reinforce their preconceived notions. They are not seeking understanding. They are seeking confirmation of their existing biases or simply have no capacity or desire to truly listen. When you constantly feel the need to explain yourself to such people, you are inadvertently giving away your power. You are seeking their approval, their validation, or their understanding when none is genuinely forthcoming. This process is exhausting and ultimately fruitless. It distracts you from your real work, which is to live your life, pursue your goals, and make your own progress. Instead, cultivate a quiet resolve. Understand that your actions and your results are the only explanations you truly owe to the world. Let your life be your loudest statement. Those who genuinely care about you will observe your progress, offer support, and celebrate your achievements without needing constant verbal updates or elaborate justifications for your choices. For the rest, a simple, dignified silence often speaks volumes. Focus your valuable energy on building, creating, and moving forward, rather than expending it on trying to convince those who are unwilling or unable to hear you. Your path is your own, and its validity does not depend on the approval or comprehension of those who do not genuinely align with your journey. This strategic disengagement from the need for external validation frees up an enormous reservoir of personal energy, allowing you to channel it into purposeful action rather than dissipating it through futile explanations. It cultivates a profound sense of self-respect and autonomy as you recognize that your worth and your progress are not contingent upon the understanding or approval of those who are either indifferent or actively dismissive of your journey. This conscious choice empowers you to maintain your focus and conviction, unburdened by the opinions of those who do not genuinely support your growth. Put your energy into action, not complaining. This is a fundamental principle that separates those who transform their circumstances from those who remain trapped by them. Complaining, while sometimes a natural human response to frustration, is ultimately a passive and unproductive activity. It focuses on the problem without offering a solution. It drains your energy, reinforces a victim mentality, and does absolutely nothing to alter your reality. In fact, a constant diet of complaining can even subtly attract more of the very problems you're vocalizing by shifting your focus onto negativity and helplessness. Action, on the other hand, is the engine of change. It's the process of deliberately engaging with your circumstances to alter them, to improve them, to move beyond them. When you channel your energy into action, you become proactive. You shift from being a spectator in your own life to being the primary agent of change. This might involve researching solutions, taking a new course, reaching out to someone for advice, or simply dedicating time to consistent, deliberate work. Every action, no matter how small, creates a ripple effect. It builds momentum. It generates new possibilities. When you complain, you are effectively giving your power away to the problem. When you take action, you reclaim that power, asserting your ability to influence your own destiny. Consider the profound difference in outcome. One person complains endlessly about their financial situation, lamenting the economy, or their bad luck. Another, facing similar challenges, researches new income streams, learns a valuable skill, or starts a side project. Which person do you believe will see their situation improve? The answer is clear. So the next time you feel the urge to complain, pause, acknowledge the frustration, but then immediately redirect that energy. Ask yourself, what is one small, tangible action I can take right now that would move me even a millimeter closer to a solution or a better outcome? Then take that action. Consistent action, born from a refusal to merely complain, is the most potent force for positive change in your life. This conscious redirection of energy from passive lamentation to active engagement fundamentally alters your relationship with challenges, transforming them from insurmountable obstacles into opportunities for strategic action. It cultivates a powerful sense of agency as you consistently demonstrate your capacity to influence and shape your own reality through deliberate effort. This proactive mindset not only generates tangible solutions, but also fortifies your internal resilience, making you an increasingly capable and resourceful individual who instinctively seeks to overcome rather than merely to articulate difficulties. Keeping your vision bigger than your doubts is an indispensable mental discipline for anyone aspiring to achieve something great. Doubts are natural, they are part of the human experience, they whisper fears, highlight potential pitfalls, and question your capabilities. If allowed to fester and grow unchecked, doubts can become paralyzing, shrinking your ambition and ultimately preventing you from taking the necessary right risks and making the necessary efforts to realize your dreams. Your vision, however, is the antidote to doubt. It is the clear, compelling mental image of your desired future, the powerful why behind your every effort. When your vision is truly expansive, when it evokes deep emotion and profound purpose, it dwarfs the whispers of doubt. It provides a magnetic force that pulls you forward, even when the path is unclear or fraught with uncertainty. To maintain this larger-than-doubt vision, you must actively nurture it. Regularly visualize your desired outcome with vivid detail. Reconnect with the core reasons why this vision matters to you. Remind yourself of the impact it will have, the person you will become, the difference you will make. This consistent reinforcement of your vision acts like a powerful shield against the corrosive effects of doubt. When a doubt surfaces, instead of engaging with it directly, turn your attention back to your vision. Let the grandeur and allure of your future possibility overshadow the momentary fear. Understand that doubts are merely tests, opportunities to reaffirm your commitment to your bigger purpose. They are signposts that indicate you are pushing the boundaries of your comfort zone, which is precisely where growth occurs. Never let the temporary presence of doubt diminish the enduring power of your vision. Hold that vision in your mind's eye with unwavering clarity and conviction, and it will guide you through every challenge, every setback, and every moment of uncertainty, illuminating the path forward with undeniable brilliance. This unwavering commitment to a compelling future acts as an internal compass, guiding your actions and decisions even amidst the fog of uncertainty and the clamor of self-doubt. It cultivates a profound sense of purpose that transcends momentary fears, allowing you to maintain forward momentum with a clear understanding of your ultimate destination. This sustained focus on your overarching vision empowers you to consistently choose growth over stagnation, ensuring that your trajectory remains aligned with your highest aspirations, regardless of the internal or external obstacles you encounter. Always remember this fundamental truth: the world respects results, not excuses. This is a cold, hard fact of life, but once embraced, it becomes an incredibly liberating and empowering principle. You can have the best intentions, the most brilliant ideas, the most compelling reasons for why you haven't achieved something yet. You can explain your obstacles, your lack of resources, your unfortunate circumstances in painstaking detail, but in the end, the world, in its practical reality, will judge you by what you produce, by what you accomplish, by the tangible outcomes of your efforts. Excuses, no matter how legitimate they may seem to you, are merely explanations for why a desired result did not materialize. They might elicit sympathy from a few, but they will never earn respect or open doors to new opportunities. Respect is earned through demonstration, through proven capability, through the consistent delivery of value. When you present results, you are not asking for understanding. You are showcasing competence. You are not seeking pity. You are exhibiting power. This isn't about being harsh or uncaring towards yourself. When you genuinely fall short, it's about shifting your focus away from the narrative of your struggles and towards the creation of solutions and successes. It means taking absolute responsibility for your outcomes, understanding that while external factors can influence your path, your ultimate response and your persistent effort are what truly determine your destination. So, stop expending energy on crafting elaborate justifications for why things aren't where you want them to be. Instead, channel every ounce of that energy into taking decisive action, into solving problems, into creating the results you desire. Let your achievements speak for themselves. Let your work be your undeniable proof. For in the arena of life, it is the scoreboard that truly matters. And it is through your demonstrable results that you will earn the respect, the recognition, and the opportunities you truly deserve. This unwavering commitment to tangible outcomes transforms your approach to challenges, compelling you to seek solutions and execute with relentless determination rather than dwelling on the narratives of difficulty. It cultivates a powerful reputation for reliability and effectiveness, ensuring that your contributions are always recognized for their concrete impact. This deep-seated understanding that performance is paramount empowers you to operate with a level of focus and accountability that naturally commands respect and consistently generates new opportunities, thereby solidifying your position as a credible and capable force in any endeavor you pursue. Now let's talk about something incredibly foundational, something that sets the tone for your entire day, and by extension, for your entire life, starting your morning with gratitude. This isn't just a fluffy, feel-good concept. It's a powerful, scientifically supported practice that dramatically shifts your perspective, your energy, and your capacity to achieve. Many people wake up and immediately dive into the day's worries, the list of problems, the stresses of what needs to be done. They grab their phone, get hit with a barrage of news or social media, and before their feet even touch the floor, their minds are already racing with anxiety and pressure. This is like starting a car in reverse or trying to build a beautiful house on a shaky foundation. It sets a negative precedent for the hours that follow. Instead, imagine waking up and before anything else, taking a conscious moment to acknowledge something, anything, for which you are genuinely thankful. It doesn't have to be grand. It could be the warmth of your bed, the simple act of breathing, the sound of birds outside your window, the fact that you have a roof over your head, or even just the possibility of a new day. The act of gratitude is profoundly transformative because it immediately shifts your focus from scarcity to abundance, from problems to possibility. It's an active choice to direct your mind towards what is good and right in your life rather than what is wrong or missing. This simple practice floods your system with positive neurochemicals, reduces stress hormones, and primes your brain for optimism and creativity. When you start your day from a place of appreciation, you approach challenges with a different mindset. You're more resilient, more resourceful, and more open to solutions. You become a magnet for positive experiences and opportunities because your energy is aligned with positivity. It sets a foundation of inner peace and strength that carries you through the inevitable bumps of the day. It helps you see difficulties not as insurmountable walls, but as temporary hurdles. So make it a non-negotiable part of your morning routine. Before you check your phone, before you tackle your to-do list, before you even fully get out of bed, take a few moments. Close your eyes if you like and simply feel grateful. Let that feeling wash over you. Let it fill you. This simple, powerful practice will not only change your mornings, it will gradually and profoundly change your entire life, setting a consistent tone of appreciation that transforms your perception of every single day. This deliberate act of beginning your day with thankfulness creates a powerful psychological anchor, grounding you in a positive emotional state before the inevitable demands and distractions of the world can take hold. It cultivates a profound appreciation for the present moment, allowing you to approach challenges with a calm and centered perspective, rather than reacting from a place of anxiety or scarcity. This consistent practice of gratitude acts as a mental and emotional shield, better called fortifying your inner world against negativity and priming your mind to identify opportunities and solutions thereby setting a powerful and constructive trajectory for your entire day. Continuing on the vital thread of starting your morning with gratitude, it's essential to understand that this isn't merely a fleeting thought. It's an active mental engagement, a deliberate practice that, when cultivated, rewires your brain. Many people mistakenly think that if they don't feel grateful, they can't be grateful. But gratitude is less about a spontaneous emotion and more about a conscious decision, a discipline you apply even when circumstances are challenging. Think of it like a muscle you're exercising. The more you intentionally seek out things to appreciate, the stronger that muscle of appreciation becomes. Over time, your brain actually starts to look for positives automatically. You begin to notice the small blessings, the everyday miracles that you might have previously overlooked when your mind was solely focused on problems. This subtle shift in perception is incredibly powerful. When you consistently practice gratitude, even for the smallest things, the comfort of a warm drink, a kind word from a stranger, the ability to see and hear, you gradually build a reservoir of inner resilience. This reservoir acts as a buffer against life's inevitable setbacks. When a challenge arises, you don't instantly plunge into despair because your baseline emotional state is one of appreciation and a quiet knowing that, despite the current difficulty, there are still many good things in your life. This isn't about ignoring problems, it's about approaching them from a position of strength rather than weakness. A grateful mind is a more resourceful mind. It's more open to creative solutions, more adept at seeing opportunities in adversity. It fosters a sense of optimism that fuels perseverance. When you are grateful, you are less likely to fall into the trap of self-pity or endless complaining, which, as we discussed, are energy drains. Instead, your energy is channeled into productive action, into finding ways forward, into appreciating the process of growth itself. The morning is a sacred time. It's a clean slate. How you choose to begin it profoundly impacts the quality of the hours that follow. By dedicating those first precious moments to gratitude, you are essentially programming your mind for success, for resilience, and for a deeper, richer experience of life. It's a simple investment that yields extraordinary returns, transforming not just your mood, but your entire outlook, and ultimately, your capacity to build the life you truly desire. This deliberate cultivation of a grateful perspective in the morning initiates a profound cognitive restructuring, training your brain to prioritize positive observations and to seek out abundance in your daily experiences. It provides an unshakable foundation of optimism, empowering you to navigate challenges with a resourceful and resilient mindset, rather than being overwhelmed by negativity. This consistent practice not only enhances your emotional well-being, but also amplifies your creative problem-solving abilities, making you a more effective and purposeful individual throughout your day. Furthermore, integrating gratitude into your morning routine acts as a powerful antidote to comparison, which we've identified as a thief of joy. When you are genuinely focused on appreciating what you have, on recognizing the unique blessings and opportunities in your life, the impulse to constantly measure yourself against others naturally diminishes. The endless scroll through social media, the subtle feelings of envy that can arise from seeing someone else's highlight reel, these external pressures lose their grip when your internal world is anchored in appreciation. Gratitude shifts your focus from what you lack to what you already possess. It emphasizes your own distinct journey and your own unique advantages, rather than highlighting perceived deficiencies. This perspective fosters contentment, not complacency, but a deep satisfaction with your present circumstances that empowers you to build purposefully towards your future, rather than rushing from a place of perceived inadequacy. Think about the subtle energy drain that comes from constantly wishing you had what someone else has, or that your progress was as fast as theirs. That energy is squandered. But when you are truly grateful for your own path, for the lessons learned, for the growth experienced, for the people in your life, and for the simple gift of another day, you reclaim that energy. You channel it into constructive action, into nurturing your own dreams, into developing your own skills, and into making the most of your unique opportunities. Moreover, a grateful heart is an attractive heart. People are drawn to those who exude genuine appreciation and a positive outlook. This isn't about pretending everything is perfect. It's about choosing to see the good, even amidst challenges. This positive aura naturally opens doors, fosters stronger relationships, and creates a more supportive environment for your endeavors. So, by starting your day with gratitude, you are not just improving your own internal state, you are subtly influencing your external world, making yourself a more magnetic and effective individual. This daily practice becomes a powerful defense mechanism against the corrosive effects of external comparison, grounding you in the unique value of your own experiences and possessions. It cultivates an intrinsic sense of worth, liberating you from the constant pressure to conform to external benchmarks, and allowing you to pursue your aspirations with genuine self-acceptance. This profound shift in perspective empowers you to appreciate the journey itself, making you more resilient and purposeful in your pursuit of personal excellence. The profound impact of starting your day with gratitude extends far beyond just your personal well-being. It significantly influences your interactions and your overall productivity. When you approach the day with a grateful heart, you are inherently more patient, more understanding, and more empathetic in your dealings with others. Imagine the difference between encountering a challenging colleague or a difficult situation. When your mind is already primed for stress and scarcity, versus approaching it from a place of appreciation and positive energy. In the former scenario, your reaction is likely to be defensive, irritable, or even aggressive. In the latter, you are far more likely to respond with calm, with a willingness to listen, and with a greater capacity to find common ground or a constructive solution. Gratitude fosters a sense of interconnectedness, reminding you that you are part of a larger tapestry of life, and that even difficult interactions can offer lessons or opportunities for growth. This improved emotional regulation, born from a consistent practice of appreciation, directly translates into more effective communication and more harmonious relationships, both personally and professionally. From a productivity standpoint, a grateful mind is a more focused mind. When you are not constantly battling internal negativity or external comparisons, your mental energy is freed up to concentrate on the tasks at hand. You experience less mental clutter and fewer distractions, allowing you to engage in deep work and creative problem solving with greater intensity and clarity. This increased mental bandwidth means you can tackle complex challenges more efficiently, make better decisions, and ultimately produce higher quality results. Furthermore, the sustained positive outlook cultivated by daily gratitude fuels your perseverance. When you genuinely appreciate the opportunity to work towards your goals, even when the work is demanding, you are less likely to give up in the face of obstacles. You see the effort not as a burden, but as a privilege, a chance to manifest your vision. This intrinsic motivation, rooted in gratitude, becomes an unwavering source of drive, ensuring that you consistently push forward, even when external rewards are not immediately apparent. Therefore, the simple act of starting your morning with gratitude is not a luxury. It is a foundational pillar for building a life of purpose, productivity, and profound fulfillment. It's an investment in yourself that pays dividends across every facet of your existence, elevating your capacity to navigate challenges, connect with others, and achieve your most ambitious aspirations with grace and unwavering determination. This comprehensive impact underscores how a seemingly small daily ritual can fundamentally reshape your entire experience, making you a more resilient, effective, and positively influential individual in all your endeavors. Moreover, the consistent cultivation of gratitude in your mornings acts as a powerful form of self-care, a deliberate act of nurturing your inner world that fortifies you against the relentless pressures of the outside world. In a culture that often emphasizes external achievements and material possessions, it's easy to neglect the state of your own mind and spirit. But just as you wouldn't expect a car to run efficiently without regular maintenance, you cannot expect yourself to perform at your peak without consciously tending to your mental and emotional well-being. Gratitude is a fundamental component of this self-care. By consciously focusing on what is good, what is working, and what you are thankful for, you are actively building a positive emotional reserve. This reserve is crucial for managing stress, preventing burnout, and maintaining a healthy perspective when faced with adversity. When you have a deep well of appreciation to draw from, so the inevitable frustrations and disappointments of life don't feel as overwhelming. You have a built-in mechanism for bouncing back, for finding the silver lining, and for recentering yourself. This isn't about ignoring pain or difficulty. It's about equipping yourself with the inner resources to process and move through them with greater resilience. Furthermore, morning gratitude helps to quiet the inner critic, that often relentless voice that points out your flaws, your mistakes, and your inadequacies. When you are focused on appreciation, there is less mental space for self-judgment and self-doubt. You begin to cultivate a more compassionate relationship with yourself, recognizing your inherent worth and the many blessings in your life. This internal shift is profoundly liberating, freeing up mental energy that was previously consumed by self-criticism, and allowing it to be directed towards productive and positive endeavors. This consistent practice of self-affirmation through gratitude builds an unshakable sense of self-worth and confidence, empowering you to pursue your goals with a quiet assurance rather than being driven by external validation. It fosters a deep sense of personal agency as you actively choose to cultivate an internal environment that supports your growth and well-being, rather than passively succumbing to negative thought patterns. This deliberate investment in your inner world creates a powerful foundation of emotional resilience, making you more capable of navigating life's complexities with grace, fortitude, and an unwavering sense of purpose. Think about the long-term compounding effect of starting each day with gratitude. It's not just about one good day or one positive mood. It's about building a sustained pattern of positive thought and emotional resilience that, over months and years, fundamentally reshapes your character and your destiny. Every morning you choose gratitude, you are laying another brick in the foundation of a more optimistic, more resourceful, and ultimately more successful life. This cumulative effect is often invisible in the short term, but it is undeniably powerful in the long run. Imagine two individuals, both facing similar challenges in life. One starts each day by dwelling on problems, feeling resentful, and constantly comparing themselves to others. The other starts each day by consciously identifying things to be grateful for, focusing on solutions, and appreciating their unique journey. Over a decade, who do you think will have achieved more? Who will have cultivated deeper relationships? Who will possess a stronger sense of inner peace and fulfillment? The answer is unequivocally the person who embraced gratitude. Their sustained positive outlook, their enhanced resilience, and their resourceful mindset will have propelled them forward, opening doors and attracting opportunities that the other person, mired in negativity, would never even perceive. This is the quiet power of consistency applied to a fundamental principle. Gratitude isn't a magical incantation that instantly solves all your problems, but it is the fertile ground from which solutions, opportunities, and personal growth naturally emerge. It transforms your internal landscape, making it more hospitable for success to take root and flourish. It changes your default setting from one of scarcity and anxiety to one of abundance and possibility. So, don't underestimate the power of those few moments each morning. They are not merely a pleasant way to begin your day, They are a profound investment in your future self, an intentional act of shaping the trajectory of your entire life. Embrace this simple yet incredibly potent practice and watch as it slowly, steadily, and powerfully transforms your world, creating a tapestry of experiences woven with threads of appreciation, resilience, and undeniable progress. This sustained practice of morning gratitude acts as a continuous self-reinforcing loop where positive internal states lead to more constructive external actions, which in turn generate more reasons for gratitude. It elevates your overall vibrational frequency, making you more attuned to opportunities and more resilient in the face of adversity. This profound and lasting transformation in your mindset and emotional landscape is the ultimate testament to the cumulative power of small, consistent acts of ultimately shaping a life that is not only successful, but also deeply fulfilling and rich with meaning. Continuing this essential discussion, let's deeply consider how focusing on skills, not just dreams, isn't simply a practical strategy, but a profound act of self-respect and commitment to your own potential. Many individuals live in a perpetual state of dreaming, accumulating an impressive mental catalog of aspirations, but they never truly bridge the gap to actualization. The dream remains a beautiful, ethereal concept, untouched by the gritty reality of consistent effort. This isn't because dreams are bad. Dreams are the fuel, the initial spark. But a spark needs kindling, and that kindling comes in the form of acquiring and mastering relevant skills. When you commit to skill development, you are making a tangible investment in yourself. You are saying, my dreams are important enough for me to put in the work, to learn what is necessary, to become competent. This act transforms you from a passive dreamer into an active creator. Think of any field: music, entrepreneurship, writing, sports, even effective communication. There's a fundamental set of skills required to excel. A budding entrepreneur might dream of a successful business, but without developing skills in sales, marketing, financial management, or leadership, that dream will likely remain an illusion. A writer might envision a best-selling novel, but without honing skills in storytelling, grammar, plot development, and character creation, the manuscript will never see the light of day. The beauty of focusing on skills is that they are concrete, measurable, and entirely within your control. You can't always control immediate outcomes or external opportunities, but you can absolutely control your dedication to learning and practicing. Every hour spent deliberately practicing a new skill, every book read, every course completed, every mentor sought out is an investment that compounds over time. These aren't just abstract concepts. These are tangible assets you are building within yourself. Each skill mastered adds another tool to your personal toolkit, making you more adaptable. There's a deep satisfaction that comes from knowing you've earned your competence through diligent effort. This confidence isn't based on fleeting external validation, but on the solid foundation of your own proven abilities. It's the quiet assurance that you can tackle challenges because you have the skills to do so, or the capacity to learn them. Therefore, move beyond the realm of pure aspiration and ground yourself in the practical reality of skill acquisition. Identify the critical skills your dreams demand, create a learning plan, dedicate consistent time to practice and improvement. This focused, disciplined approach to skill development is the true pathway to transforming your most ambitious visions into undeniable, tangible realities, ensuring that your dreams are not just beautiful thoughts but blueprints for a future you actively construct. This deliberate cultivation of practical competencies acts as a powerful accelerator for your journey, transforming abstract aspirations into tangible steps towards realization. It instills a deep sense of competence and confidence as you witness your own capabilities expanding with each new skill mastered. This strategic focus on skill development ensures that your efforts are always channeled towards purposeful growth, building a robust and adaptable foundation for achieving sustained and meaningful success in any endeavor you pursue. This intrinsic motivation, fueled by a clear understanding of the how, allows you to overcome the inevitable inertia that often plagues those who only possess a what or a why without a practical plan for execution. It's the difference between merely wanting a destination and actively charting a course, complete with the necessary navigational tools and skills to arrive safely and successfully. Delving deeper into the power of skill development, recognize that this pursuit isn't just about gaining technical proficiency. It's a transformative process that shapes your identity and expands your sense of what's possible. When you commit to mastering a skill, you're not just learning a set of procedures, you're developing new ways of thinking, problem solving, and perceiving the world. For instance, a person learning to code isn't just acquiring programming languages, they're training their mind in logical sequencing, debugging, and systems thinking. An individual honing their public speaking isn't just memorizing lines. They're developing confidence, presence, and the ability to connect deeply with an audience. These broader cognitive and personal developments are often overlooked but are incredibly valuable byproducts of dedicated skill acquisition. This ongoing journey of learning and improvement also instills a profound growth mindset. You begin to view challenges not as insurmountable barriers, but as opportunities to apply existing skills or to develop new ones. Failures become data points, feedback mechanisms that inform your next attempt rather than reasons to give up. This resilience, born from a continuous engagement with the learning process, is perhaps one of the most vital meta skills you can cultivate. Moreover, in a rapidly changing world, the ability to continuously acquire new skills is not just an advantage. It's a necessity for relevance and adaptation. Those who cling to outdated knowledge and static capabilities will find themselves increasingly left behind. But those who embrace a lifelong commitment to skill development remain agile, adaptable, and poised for future opportunities regardless of how the landscape shifts. This isn't about becoming an expert in everything. It's about becoming excellent at identifying what skills are most, not crucial for your vision, and then dedicating yourself to their mastery. This strategic focus allows for depth rather than superficial breadth. So understand that every hour invested in honing your craft, in expanding your knowledge, in refining your abilities, is an investment that pays compound interest over the course of your lifetime. It's not just about building your dream, it's about building yourself into the kind of person who is capable of achieving that dream and far more. This continuous process of self-improvement fosters an unshakable belief in your own capacity for growth and adaptation, making you an increasingly capable and resilient individual in an ever-evolving world. It transforms the act of learning into a powerful form of self-creation, where each new skill mastered adds a new dimension to your identity and expands the horizons of your potential, allowing you to approach any challenge with a quiet confidence born from proven competence and a commitment to continuous personal evolution. Now, let's explore how building habits that create consistency isn't just a useful strategy, but is, in fact, the very architecture of a successful life. Many people equate success with bursts of brilliant ideas or moments of intense inspiration. While those elements are certainly exciting, they are fleeting. The true enduring power comes from the consistent, often unspectacular, application of effort over time. Think of a mighty river. It doesn't carve canyons through dramatic, instantaneous floods. It does so through the relentless, consistent flow of water, day after day, year after year, patiently eroding rock. Your life's achievements are built in much the same way. Habits are those consistent flows. They are the unconscious decisions, the automatic behaviors that you've deliberately programmed into your daily routine. The real magic isn't in the individual habit itself, but in its cumulative effect. A single workout doesn't transform your body, but a consistent workout habit over years does. A single page written doesn't create a book, but writing a page every day eventually does. The challenge for many lies in the initial effort required to install a new habit. It feels difficult, it requires conscious willpower, and it often lacks immediate, obvious rewards. This is where most people falter. They expect instant gratification, and when it doesn't appear, they abandon the nascent habit before it has a chance to take root. But understand that this initial resistance is normal. It's the brain's way of conserving energy, preferring established patterns over new ones. Your job is to push through this initial friction with unwavering discipline, knowing that once the habit is formed, it becomes far easier, almost effortless. The less mental energy you spend deciding whether to do something, the more energy you have to actually do it and do it well. Consistency, born from robust habits, creates momentum. It builds trust in yourself. It eliminates the emotional roller coaster of motivation. You stop waiting to feel like it and simply proceed because it's what you do. This unwavering dedication to consistent action is the unglamorous but utterly not essential pathway to transforming your aspirations into an undeniable reality, steadily, surely, and without fanfare. It is the quiet, persistent force that compounds small efforts into monumental achievements, proving that the most powerful transformations are often the result of relentless consistency rather than sporadic brilliance. This deeply ingrained commitment to systematic action liberates an enormous amount of mental energy, previously consumed by internal debates and decision fatigue, allowing you to focus on the quality and impact of your work. It creates an internal rhythm of progress, making your journey towards success not just a possibility, but a predictable outcome built upon the bedrock of disciplined and unwavering daily efforts. Expanding on the transformative power of consistent habits, consider that they are not just tools for individual tasks, but are the very architects of your character and personal identity. What you repeatedly do, you ultimately become. If you consistently engage in habits of learning, you become a learner. If you consistently practice habits of diligence, you become diligent. If you consistently cultivate habits of gratitude, you become a more appreciative person. This goes far beyond simply ticking off items on a to-do list. It's about shaping the core of who you are. The cumulative effect of your daily habits over time carves out the very essence of your being, solidifying your values and reinforcing your beliefs through consistent action. This understanding imbues the act of habit building with profound significance. It means that every small, consistent action you take is not just moving you closer to a goal, but also actively sculpting the kind of person you are evolving into. This conscious awareness can be a powerful motivator during those initial, challenging phases of habit formation. You're not just doing a task, you're becoming someone. Furthermore, habits provide a powerful sense of structure and predictability in a chaotic world. When you have established routines and consistent practices, you reduce decision fatigue and mental overhead. This frees up valuable cognitive resources for more complex problem-solving, creative thinking, and strategic planning. Instead of constantly deliberating on what to do next, you operate from a foundation of established patterns, allowing your mind to focus on higher-level challenges and opportunities. This consistent internal order brings a quiet confidence, a sense of being in control of your daily progress. It reduces anxiety because you know that even if the external world is unpredictable, your internal commitment to your chosen habits provides a steady anchor. Therefore, the deliberate cultivation of beneficial habits is not just a productivity hack. It's a holistic strategy for self-mastery and personal evolution. It's about designing your life in such a way that consistent positive actions become your default, allowing you to steadily build the future you envision, one disciplined, unwavering step at a time, transforming your aspirations into a living, breathing reality that reflects the diligent choices you make every single day. This profound influence of consistent habits on identity reinforces the idea that true transformation is not a single event, but a continuous process of disciplined self-creation. It allows you to consciously shape your character through repeated actions, leading to a profound sense of authenticity and self-alignment, where your internal values are consistently reflected in your external behaviors, creating a powerful synergy that propels you towards ever greater achievements and a deeper sense of personal fulfillment. Now, let's turn our attention to the often underestimated, yet absolutely critical concept of patience. Results truly do take time, and embracing this truth is not a passive surrender, but an active, intelligent engagement with the process of growth. We live in an age of instant gratification, where information, entertainment, and even some consumer goods are available at the touch of a button. This constant exposure to immediacy can subtly warp our expectations, leading us to believe that significant achievements should also manifest quickly. But the most profound, most valuable, and most enduring results in life rarely happen overnight. They are the culmination of consistent effort, persistent learning, and an unwavering commitment over extended periods. Think of a majestic oak tree. It doesn't reach its towering height in a season. It grows slowly, steadily, over decades, putting down deep roots, developing strong branches, enduring storms, and absorbing nutrients over a vast expanse of time. To expect your own growth, or the growth of your endeavors, to be at not any different is to ignore the fundamental laws of nature and human development. Many promising ventures, many budding talents, many ambitious dreams are abandoned prematurely, not because the individual lacked capability or potential, but because they lacked the patience to see things through the often long, unglamorous middle phase. They became discouraged when immediate, visible results weren't forthcoming. They mistook a slow, steady ascent for stagnation. Patience, therefore, is not about being idle. It is an active state of perseverance. It means continuing to put in the work, continuing to learn, continuing to adapt, even when the external evidence of progress is minimal or non-existent. It's about trusting the process, understanding that efforts accumulate beneath the surface, building strength and resilience before they manifest outwardly. This requires a profound belief in the compound effect. The idea that small, consistent actions, when sustained over time, yield disproportionately large results. This belief system is absolutely essential for anyone embarking on a journey of significant achievement. It also means developing emotional resilience to navigate the inevitable plateaus and setbacks without losing heart. There will be times when it feels like nothing is happening, when progress seems to grind to a halt. In those moments, patience is your anchor. It reminds you to stay the course, to continue planting, to continue watering, to continue tending to your garden, knowing that the harvest will come in its own due time, provided you don't prematurely abandon your efforts. So cultivate patience not as a passive wait, but as an active, informed commitment to the long game. Understand that the most valuable and lasting achievements are always the product of sustained effort over time, and that your willingness to embrace this truth is a distinguishing mark of genuine resilience and an unwavering dedication to your ultimate vision. This deep understanding of the temporal nature of growth allows you to approach ambitious endeavors with a calm resolve, free from the pressure of instant gratification. It cultivates a powerful internal compass that guides you through periods of seemingly slow progress, ensuring that your commitment remains steadfast and your efforts consistently aligned with your long-term vision. This embrace of patience transforms your journey from a frantic race into a purposeful and enduring expedition, where every step, no matter how small, contributes to the ultimate realization of your most profound aspirations. Extending this vital concept of patience, it's crucial to recognize that it is inextricably linked with wisdom. Impatience often stems from a lack of understanding about how things truly work, how growth unfolds, how mastery is achieved. Wisdom, on the other hand, understands that there are seasons for everything. Seasons for sowing, seasons for nurturing, and seasons for harvesting. To demand a harvest during the sowing season is not only illogical, but also deeply frustrating. Patience, then, is the practical application of this wisdom. It's the ability to align your expectations with the natural rhythm of development, rather than imposing an artificial timeline that leads to disappointment and premature abandonment. This perspective requires you to be a keen observer of cause and effect, recognizing that effort applied today might not show its full impact until months or even years down the line. It's about developing the foresight to see beyond immediate gratification and to appreciate the eventual compounding returns of consistent, diligent work. Moreover, patience fosters a deeper relationship with the process itself rather than solely focusing on the outcome. When you are patient, you learn to savor the journey, to appreciate the lessons learned in the struggle, find joy in the incremental improvements. This process-oriented mindset is far more sustainable and fulfilling than an outcome-obsessed approach, which can lead to anxiety and burnout if results aren't immediately apparent. It allows you to remain engaged and motivated even when the destination seems distant. This active patience also provides a crucial buffer against external pressures. And the influence of others who might be chasing quick wins. In a world clamoring for instant success, the patient individual stands as a beacon of quiet strength, understanding that true mastery and lasting achievement are built on a foundation of deliberate, sustained effort over time. They are not swayed by fleeting trends or the impatience of others, because their focus is anchored in the long-term vision and the unwavering commitment to the process. So, let patience become your steadfast companion on your journey. It is not a sign of weakness or a lack of drive. It is the mark of a truly wise and strategic individual who understands that the most valuable treasures are forged in the crucible of time and consistent, wavering effort. Embrace it as an act of virtue, and you will find that it empowers you to navigate the most challenging phases of your journey with grace, resilience, and an unwavering belief in the eventual magnificent unfolding of your deepest aspirations. This profound integration of patience with wisdom cultivates a strategic perspective that allows you to operate with a calm assurance, knowing that meaningful achievements are the natural outcome of sustained, purposeful engagement with the process of growth. It empowers you to resist the allure of shortcuts and superficial gains, instead committing to the deeper, more enduring path of mastery and genuine transformation, thereby ensuring that your accomplishments are built on a solid foundation of deliberate effort and enduring resilience. Let's delve into another critical aspect of navigating your journey towards significant achievement: the necessity to stop explaining yourself to people who truly do not care. This isn't a cynical statement, but a profoundly practical and liberating truth. Your energy, your time, and your mental peace are finite resources. To expend them repeatedly on individuals who are either genuinely indifferent, too preoccupied with their own lives, or, in some cases, actively resistant to understanding your path, is a profound waste. There are people in the world who will never truly grasp your vision, your motivations, or the unique challenges you face. Their inability or unwillingness to understand is not a reflection of your worth or the validity of your endeavors. It is simply a reflection of their own perspective, their own limitations, or their own preoccupations. Attempting to constantly justify your choices, to explain your struggles, or to seek validation from these individuals is like pouring water into a sieve. It's an endless, fruitless effort that leaves you feeling drained and unheard. When you persist in explaining, you implicitly grant these individuals a form of power over your emotional state. You place your peace of mind in their hands, allowing their lack of comprehension or their dismissive attitude to disturb your inner equilibrium. You become reactive to their opinions rather than proactive in your own pursuits. This is a subtle but pervasive trap that can derail even the most determined individuals. Instead, cultivate an inner resolve, a quiet confidence that is rooted in your own conviction and your own purpose. Understand that your actions, your progress, and your eventual results are the most powerful and eloquent explanations you can offer to the world. Let your life be your message. Those who genuinely care for you, who are invested in your well-being and your growth, will see your efforts, offer support, and celebrate your achievements without needing constant verbal justifications. For the others, a dignified silence, a calm detachment from the need for their approval or understanding is often the most empowering response. It preserves your energy, protects your focus, and reinforces your autonomy. Your journey is yours to navigate. Its validity is inherent, derived from your own purpose and effort, not from the external opinions of those who may never truly walk in your shoes. So, consciously choose to redirect that precious energy from futile explanations towards productive action, towards building, creating, and moving forward on your terms. This conscious decision to disengage from the need for external validation is not a retreat, but a strategic advancement, fortifying your inner world and empowering you to move with greater clarity and purpose on your chosen path. This strategic disengagement from the need for external validation frees up an enormous reservoir of personal energy, allowing you to channel it into purposeful action rather than dissipating it through futile explanations. It cultivates a profound sense of self-respect and autonomy, as you recognize that your worth and your progress are not contingent upon the understanding, life, or approval of those who are either indifferent or actively dismissive of your journey. This conscious choice empowers you to maintain your focus and conviction, unburdened by the opinions of those who do not genuinely support your growth. This mental discipline allows you to operate from a place of genuine self-direction, making your decisions based on your own internal compass rather than being swayed by the ever-changing tides of public opinion or superficial judgments. To elaborate on the profound liberation that comes from ceasing to explain yourself to those who do not genuinely care, consider the immense mental and emotional bandwidth that is freed up every time you construct an explanation, every time you defend a choice, every time you try to convince a skeptical or indifferent listener. You engage in a complex internal process. You revisit past events, analyze your motives, anticipate counter-arguments, and essentially relitigate your own actions. This is mentally exhausting. It pulls you away from the present moment and diverts attention that could be better spent on creative problem-solving, strategic planning, or focused execution of your goals. Imagine a mental landscape previously cluttered with the ghosts of past justifications and future defenses. When you decide to stop engaging in this pattern, that landscape clears. Suddenly, there's more space for clarity, for innovation, for genuine reflection on your own progress without the distorting lens of external judgment. This creates a profound sense of mental peace. You are no longer constantly bracing yourself for critique or misunderstanding. You are no longer performing for an audience that isn't truly watching. This self-contained approach is not about becoming arrogant or dismissive of all feedback. On the contrary, it sharpens your ability to discern who offers genuine, constructive input and who merely projects their own limitations or biases onto you. You learn to value the insights of trusted mentors and supportive peers, while gracefully deflecting the noise from those whose opinions hold no true weight in the context of your vision. This distinction is crucial. It allows you to remain open to valuable learning while simultaneously protecting your inner sanctuary from unnecessary intrusion. Furthermore, this practice empowers you to cultivate a more robust sense of self-trust. When you consistently make decisions based on your own internal conviction, rather than seeking external validation or fearing external judgment, you strengthen your inner compass. You become more attuned to your own values, your own intuition, and your own unique path. This self-reliance, born from a deliberate refusal to endlessly explain, becomes a cornerstone of your character, allowing you to move through the world with an unshakable sense of purpose and a quiet dignity that transcends the need for external applause or approval. This profound shift in internal focus liberates an immense amount of cognitive and emotional energy, allowing you to channel it directly into productive action and genuine self-improvement. It cultivates a robust internal locus of control, where your self-worth and direction are derived from your own inherent purpose and progress, rather than being contingent upon the fickle judgments of an external world. This deliberate choice to prioritize self-reliance over external validation becomes a powerful act of personal sovereignty, ensuring that your path is guided by your own truth and fueled by your own unwavering conviction. Let's now transition to another critical principle for building a life of accomplishment: the absolute necessity of putting energy into action, not complaining. This is not a suggestion, it is a fundamental law of progress. Complaining is an insidious trap because it feels productive in the moment. It allows for the release of frustration, and sometimes it can even garner temporary sympathy from others. But make no mistake, complaining is a profound energy drain and a direct impediment to actual change. When you complain, you are focusing intensely on the problem, on the perceived injustice, on the unfairness of your situation. You are essentially rehearsing and reinforcing the negative aspects of your reality. This mental loop, while perhaps emotionally cathartic for a fleeting moment, does absolutely nothing to alter your circumstances. In fact, it often solidifies them. By keeping your mind fixated on the obstacles rather than on the pathways out of them. Consider the psychological. Each time you complain, you expend mental energy, emotional energy, and even physical energy in the act of verbalizing dissatisfaction. This energy is precious. It is the fuel that could be used for brainstorming solutions, for taking a courageous first step, for learning a new skill, for reaching out for genuine help, or for simply enduring through a difficult period. When you complain, you are essentially throwing that fuel away, or worse, using it to power a machine that reinforces your stagnation. Action, however, is the catalyst for transformation. It's the moment you shift from being a passive observer of your problems to an active participant in their solution. Even small actions have immense power. They create momentum, they generate feedback, they lead to new insights. They often reveal possibilities that were completely obscured when you were merely complaining. The person who stops complaining about their job and starts researching new career paths, or upskilling, or networking, is the one who will eventually find a better opportunity. The person who stops complaining about their health and starts taking even small steps towards healthier habits is the one who will see improvement. This principle requires a conscious shift in mindset. When you encounter a frustration or a difficulty, instead of immediately defaulting to complaint, pause and ask yourself, what is one thing I can do about this? Even if the answer seems small or insignificant, take that step. Consistently choosing action over complaint is a powerful discipline that reclaims your personal power, redirects your energy towards productive ends, and ultimately transforms your entire trajectory from one of passive lamentation to one of active creation and undeniable progress. This unwavering commitment to proactive engagement fundamentally alters your relationship with challenges. Challenges, compelling you to seek solutions and execute with relentless determination rather than dwelling on narratives of difficulty. It cultivates a powerful reputation for reliability and effectiveness, ensuring that your contributions are always recognized for their concrete impact. This deep-seated understanding that performance is paramount empowers you to operate with a level of focus and accountability that naturally commands respect and consistently generates new opportunities, thereby solidifying your position as a credible and capable force in any endeavor you pursue. To further emphasize the transformative power of choosing action over complaint, let's look at the impact on your internal state and your perceived control over your life. When you consistently complain, you are reinforcing a victim mentality. You are subtly telling yourself that your circumstances are outside of your control, that you are at the mercy of external forces, people, or events. This mindset breeds helplessness, diminishes self-efficacy, and erodes your confidence. It can lead to a pervasive sense of powerlessness, where you feel trapped and unable to influence your own destiny. Conversely, when you consciously choose action, even small, seemingly insignificant actions, you begin to reclaim a sense of agency. Each deliberate step you take, however faltering, is a direct assertion of your power to influence your own life. You are telling yourself, I am not helpless. I can do something about this. This internal dialogue, reinforced by consistent action, builds self-efficacy and strengthens your belief in your own capabilities. It shifts your locus of control from external factors to your own internal resources and efforts. This fundamental shift from passive victimhood to active agency is incredibly empowering. It transforms anxiety into productive energy, frustration into focused determination. Moreover, those who consistently choose action over complaint are often perceived as more resourceful, more resilient, and more inspiring by others. People are naturally drawn to those who are actively creating solutions and moving forward, rather than those who are perpetually stuck in a cycle of grievance. This can lead to new opportunities, stronger collaborations, and a more supportive network, as others see you as a force for positive change rather than a source of negativity. Think about the energy you want to embody, the person you want to become. Is it someone who constantly verbalizes their dissatisfactions, or someone who quietly, consistently, and effectively works to improve their circumstances? The choice is always yours. And that choice, made repeatedly to channel your energy into purposeful action rather than fruitless complaint, is the bedrock upon which a life of profound accomplishment and genuine self-mastery is built, allowing you to shape your reality with deliberate intent and unwavering effectiveness. This conscious decision to prioritize proactive engagement over passive lamentation cultivates a profound sense of personal mastery, empowering you to consistently influence your circumstances rather than being defined by them. It fortifies your internal belief in your own capabilities, transforming you into a resilient and resourceful individual who instinctively seeks to overcome obstacles through decisive action, thereby creating a powerful and sustained trajectory of personal and professional growth. Let's now consider the immense importance of keeping your vision bigger than your doubts. This isn't merely positive thinking, it's a strategic imperative for long-term success and resilience. Doubts are inevitable companions on any ambitious journey. They are the natural whispers of fear, the logical assessment of risks, the internal questioning of your own capabilities. If left unchecked, if allowed to dominate your mental landscape, doubts can become paralyzing. They can shrink your ambition, erode your confidence, and ultimately prevent you from taking the bold, necessary steps required to achieve. Your vision, however, is your most potent weapon against these doubts. It is the clear, compelling, emotionally resonant mental picture of your desired future. It is the powerful why that fuels your every effort, the ultimate destination that draws you forward. When this vision is truly expansive, when it inspires deep purpose and ignites a fervent desire within you, it dwarfs the insidious whispers of doubt. It acts as a magnetic force, pulling you through challenges, illuminating the path even when it seems obscured, and providing an unwavering sense of direction. To maintain a vision that is bigger than your doubts, you must actively nurture it. This means regularly revisiting it, visualizing it with vivid detail, feeling the emotions associated with its accomplishment, and reminding yourself of the profound impact its realization will have on yourself, on your family, on your community, or on the world. This consistent reinforcement of your vision creates a powerful internal narrative that overrides the negative stories doubt tries to construct. When doubt inevitably arises, instead of engaging with its specific fears and anxieties, immediately pivot your focus back to your grand vision. Let the sheer magnitude and allure of what you are striving for overshadow the temporary discomfort of uncertainty. Understand that doubts are often simply indicators that you are pushing beyond your comfort zone, that you are stretching your capabilities, which is precisely where all meaningful growth and achievement occur. Never allow the transient presence of fear or the logical assessment of risk to diminish the enduring power of your overarching purpose. Hold that vision in your mind's eye with unwavering clarity and conviction, and it will serve as your guiding star, propelling you through every obstacle, every setback, and every moment of apprehension, ensuring that your ultimate destination remains firmly within your grasp, regardless of the internal resistance you encounter. This unwavering commitment to a compelling future acts as an internal compass, guiding your actions and decisions even amidst the fog of uncertainty and the clamor of self-doubt. It cultivates a profound sense of purpose that transcends momentary fears, allowing you to maintain forward momentum with a clear understanding of your ultimate destination. This sustained focus on your overarching vision empowers you to consistently choose growth over stagnation, ensuring that your trajectory remains aligned with your highest aspirations, regardless of the internal or external obstacles you encounter. Expanding on the vital practice of keeping your vision bigger than your doubts. Consider that this isn't about ignoring reality or engaging in blind optimism. It's about consciously choosing where you place your mental energy, and what narrative you allow to dominate your inner world. Doubts often present themselves as rational, logical assessments of risk and potential failure. And while a certain degree of realistic appraisal is healthy, allowing these doubts to paralyze you is counterproductive. The challenge is to acknowledge the doubts without allowing them to dictate your actions. Your vision acts as the powerful counter-narrative. It's the story of possibility, of triumph, of impact. When you continually feed and reinforce this vision, it becomes so robust and compelling that the doubts shrink in comparison. They become mere background noise rather than the dominant voice. This active cultivation of a strong vision involves immersing yourself in it. It's not enough to simply think about your dream. You must feel it. What will it look like, sound like, feel like when you achieve it? How will your life be different? How will you have grown? What positive impact will you have created? The more vividly you can engage your senses and emotions with your vision, the more powerful it becomes, and the more effectively it can override the paralyzing grip of doubt. Moreover, a robust vision provides an invaluable framework for decision-making. When faced with a choice, you can ask yourself, does this action serve my bigger vision, or does it succumb to my doubts? This clear filter simplifies complex decisions and ensures that your efforts are consistently aligned with your ultimate purpose. It helps you distinguish between legitimate challenges to be overcome and mere internal resistance to be pushed through. This practice fosters a profound sense of resilience. Every time you push past a doubt, every time you choose to act in alignment with your vision, despite fear, you strengthen your internal resolve. You build a muscle of unwavering determination. This isn't just about achieving external goals. It's about building an unshakable inner character that is defined by courage, perseverance, and an unwavering commitment to your highest potential. Diligently cultivate your vision. Let it be the most potent force in your life, so grand and inspiring that no doubt, however persistent, can ever dim its brilliance or deter you from its pursuit. This unwavering commitment to a compelling future acts as an internal compass, guiding your actions and decisions even amidst the fog of uncertainty and the clamor of self-doubt. It cultivates a profound sense of purpose that transcends momentary fears, allowing you to maintain forward momentum with a clear understanding of your ultimate destination. This sustained focus on your overarching vision empowers you to consistently choose growth over stagnation, ensuring that your trajectory remains aligned with your highest aspirations, regardless of the internal or external obstacles you encounter. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, remember this absolute truth: the world respects results, not excuses. This is the ultimate measuring stick, the final arbiter of impact and accomplishment. You can possess the most brilliant mind, the most innovative ideas, the most compelling personal story of struggle and hardship. You can articulate eloquently why you haven't yet achieved your goals, detailing every obstacle, every setback, every unfavorable circumstance. But in the end, the practical reality of the world operates on a different currency. Tangible results. Excuses, no matter how logically sound or emotionally compelling they may seem, are merely explanations for why something didn't happen. They might elicit temporary sympathy from a few individuals, but they will never earn lasting respect, open significant doors, or generate genuine opportunities. Respect is not given, it is earned. And it is earned through demonstration, through the consistent visible output of your efforts, through the tangible value you create, through the undeniable proof of your capabilities. When you present results, you are not asking for understanding. You are showcasing competence. You are not seeking pity. You are exhibiting power and effectiveness. This principle is not about being callous or dismissing the genuine difficulties people face. It's about shifting your internal focus from the narrative of your struggles to the relentless pursuit of solutions and the creation of success. It means taking absolute, unwavering responsibility for your outcomes. While external factors will always play a role, your ultimate response to those factors, your perseverance, your adaptability, your consistent effort is what truly dictates your destination. So, consciously and deliberately, stop expending your precious energy on crafting elaborate justifications for why things aren't where you want them to be. Instead, channel every single ounce of that energy into purposeful action, into solving problems, into overcoming obstacles, and into producing the results you desire. Let your achievements speak for themselves. Let your work be your undeniable testament to your dedication and your capability. For in the demanding arena of life, it is the scoreboard that ultimately matters, and it is through your demonstrable results that you will command the respect, the recognition, and the opportunities that you truly deserve and have earned through your diligent efforts. This unwavering commitment to tangible outcomes transforms your approach to challenges, compelling you to seek solutions and execute with relentless determination, rather than dwelling on the narratives of difficulty. It cultivates a powerful reputation for reliability and effectiveness, ensuring that your contributions are always recognized for their concrete impact. This deep-seated understanding of performance is paramount, empowers you to operate with a level of focus and accountability that naturally commands respect and consistently generates new opportunities, thereby solidifying your position as a credible and capable force in any endeavor you pursue. This intrinsic drive for performance is what truly differentiates those who merely aspire from those who consistently achieve, turning intentions into undeniable manifestations of their dedication and skill. So, as we bring our time together to a close, remember this: the journey you are on, the life you are building, is uniquely yours. It is a masterpiece in the making, and you are both the artist and the architect. There will be whispers of doubt, moments of struggle, and times when the path ahead seems unclear. But you now possess the profound understanding that true strength comes not from avoiding these challenges, but from facing them head-on with an unwavering commitment to your own growth and an unshakable belief in your own capacity. Embrace the truth that nobody truly owes you anything, because in that acceptance lies the incredible freedom to wield everything for yourself. Stop waiting for permission or external validation, and instead empower yourself through relentless effort and unwavering discipline. Use criticism as fuel, transform pain into power, and let your hard work be the loudest testament to your capabilities. Guard your time, surround yourself with those who inspire you, and tirelessly focus on developing the skills that will turn your grandest visions into tangible realities. Cultivate patience, knowing that the most valuable achievements are forged in the crucible of time and consistent dedication. And above all, choose action over complaint, always keeping your vision so much bigger than your doubts. The world respects results, and it is through your diligent effort, your consistent actions, and your undeniable accomplishments that you will earn that respect. Now go forth, take these principles, internalize them, and begin or continue the magnificent work of shaping your extraordinary life. The power is not out there, it is within you, waiting to be unleashed. Make every day count. Make every effort purposeful. And watch as you transform your aspirations into a reality that not only fulfills you, but inspires all who witness your journey. The time for action is now.